This is Andy Tube. This video is about an additional screwdriver set that I purchased for when I work on my vintage sewing machines. And I want to thank Shelley, a friend and viewer, who referred me to this set. That she had picked one up and liked it and sent me some information about it, and it looked great, and I did buy it, and I'm happy with it. So I thought I would pass along her recommendation and add mine to it and let my viewers see it. So it's made by this company called Wheeler Engineering. Okay, and I bought mine off of Amazon from a vendor who happened to have shipping out of the warehouse that's in the a city in the same metro area where I am, and I because they're a vendor, I didn't pay taxes to them, and it shipped quick because it was virtually, like 30 miles away from where I lived. But I saw it today on Amazon, from Amazon, for $29, free shipping, which I think is maybe less than I paid. And the manufacturer's price that they put on it was $37. Okay, and that's the same as the Chapman set that is my first set that I bought, and it was $37 too. And I'm happy with it. I love it. I use it all the time. And my idea of going ahead and getting the Wheeler was to expand my set. And you can buy Chapman extra bits, and so forth. But this set intrigued me, and so for the same price, I figured I'd give it a try. Here's a picture of what it looks like when it comes kind of like in this not shrink wrap, I guess, a plastic package is what it came in when it was shipped to me. So I'll show you that. Okay, and then here's a little close. I got that open. This is still new and pretty stiff, but I'll give you a look. It's a what would I call it here? It's a custom-made, hard molded set. I'll explain this residue back here in a minute, but you can see how that looks, and it's a good strong set. Let me get it open here, and I'll show you the inside of it here. So this has 44 pieces. It has 42 bits, and these bits are they're hollow ground, just like the Chapman. And like I said, the Wheeler advertises this as gunsmithing. Okay, and they're hollow ground bits, and they're made from S2 tool steel. And in the manufacturing process, the steel's hardened to 56 to 58 Rockwell scale. So if you're into that or know about that, it's a 56 to 58 on the Rockwell. Okay, and it has the screwdriver itself has magnetic bit retention, where it just kind of sucks it right in there, and it holds it very well. Where my Chapman, it has these what I call like a little spring ball bearing on there. And the driver and the bits are not magnetized, although I guess you could, but they kind of lock right in. So, but I've used this Wheeler a little bit, and I've found that this magnetic type thing holds it just as well, in my opinion. So it's got this magnetic bit retention, and it has this what they call a non-slip over molded handle. So instead of just you know, like a smooth, well, here, see, this is more what a traditional screwdriver handle would be, and they call this non-slip over molded. So it's you know, and you get down in here for your finger and thumb, and this goes up into the palm of your hand a little bit more. So it is comfortable. They say it's a comfortable non-slip, and it is comfortable to use. I've liked using it, no problem. So 42, I think it was 42 bits. Is this? I know they call this 43. It's 40. Oh, sorry, 40 bits. 40 bits. The case is 41. The screwdriver is 42. And this little piece here is called the square drive adapter. And so if you have a, I guess if you have what I used to call a nut driver, or you have some other square drive bits, see, I haven't really used this yet. So it goes on the square drive there, and then the bits would fit into this end here. And this is magnetized also. So I don't know that I'd ever use that, but who knows? Maybe I'll get into gunsmithing. So there was one thing I really liked, was this big old honkin' straight blade driver. When I go to take off the feed regulator hinge screw that's like a bolt, this is going to be great for that, this big one, because my other biggest one I always felt was a little skimpy when it came to that. You know, so it has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21 straight bits, and it's got 4 what I call star or Phillip bits, and then it has these more like I guess they're 6-sided. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 6-sided. Bits, and then what we used to call Torx or tracks type. I didn't even know they had these on guns. Maybe they do the scopes and stuff, but when I used to build computers for a hobby, I had a little set like this. So you know, it's got a lot. You can buy others. I mean, I also saw like an 89-bit. I saw what they call a fat driver or something. It's like a small flashlight, and it's got 10 different bits in it. And like you push and select, and the bit pops out and stuff. So you could add more bits to this set, just like with the Chapman. You can add several more bits to their system, you know, their drives, and they sell the different stars and shapes and tracks and so forth type of bits, and you can buy, just like the Chapman, you can buy replacement bits for this. And let's see, not sure how well of a picture. Let me put a picture up of this open case here. Okay, now what I was mentioning back here was this is like a sticker And every bit is numbered. They use a different numbering bit than the Chapman. I haven't quite figured it out, but let's say that this bit is 616-442. Whee! But there it is right there. So you know where it goes, and if you end up losing a bit, you know which one to reorder. But this sticker, this is just like a vinyl sticker. When I got my set, it was back here. And I'm like, well, what? I don't want that, because it, you know, it made it like backwards to the actual hole from the way the bits were lined up in there. So I figured somebody just, you know, new person at the factory that day or something. I don't know. It seems like the picture Shelley sent me, it was up in here, but maybe she got a picture from the website. But anyway, it did peel off, and it did re-stick in here. And this is just like a little storage area here, you know. So what I did find out was I can use the Wheeler bits in my Chapman driver, but they're a little loose in there. Now that they're strong enough, like they're not going to damage or anything using it, but because it doesn't have that little spring ball, and this isn't magnetized, you know, this seems like it's made just a little bit different for that spring ball. So as long as you were using your you know, I used the driver like this a couple times, it was fine, and of course like this. But if you go like that, you know, you could lose it. But I was excited also to see that I could use it with my mini ratchet. I really like the torque on this thing, and you know, it's still going to be the same kind of deal here. It's going to be a little bit loose, but it fits as far as you know, putting the screw, turning it in or out, but it just doesn't lock in there. So you have to be a little careful. But when I've needed this, boy, I was whew. So I'm, you know, I felt good, like, okay, I can use these bits in my Chapman driver. Oh, I didn't check my little guy. Ooh, snug fit. Yeah, okay, that's good. And I also found out that my Chapman bit will fit in the Wheeler. Now it just barely, because this isn't as deep, it just barely gets that steel ball under the lip, but it does. Plus it's magnetized, you know. So it's like, okay, great, I can share the drivers and I can share the bits if I need to, because there's some bits that my Chapman doesn't have that this has. And I'll tell you what, really, there's two things that convinced me to go ahead and do this, and one was this bigger bit for the feed regulator, which, you know, a lot of people I'm sure don't even do that. But like I found with the Genie and stuff, there are some screws on these Singers that are very shallow, and the slot for it is very, very narrow. I mean, like, I don't know if you can be able to see. See, this is a pretty standard wide tip, but some of the Wheeler have this narrower tip. And I had screws on that Genie I couldn't use the Chapman on, and I had to go get my 20-year-old worn-out telephone cabinet screwdriver to get in there and get some of them out, you know. And I noticed that a handful of these, some of them have that narrower blade. Now it's still hollow ground and everything, but you know, like, see, here's a bigger size that has that narrower. and then most of them are just, you know, normal width like the Chapman. So this is a pretty versatile set, and see, there's a wider. So when I saw that bigger screw, and I saw that they had these, what I'm going to call narrow blade, I said, hey, I'm going to do it. Plus, the third reason I did was because I've been getting like donations from people on my channel, and thanks for everybody who's done that. You're very generous people. Thanks a lot. And this is the kind of stuff I use the donations on. I've bought some lighting. I buy supplies like rubber feet, take-up springs, light bulbs, you know, stuff like that. And this time I treated myself to a very nice tool set, screwdriver set. So I'm happy with both of them. I feel I'm more versatile now, and they're somewhat interchangeable, which I liked. So I'm going to put the links to both of these sets online in case you care to go, you know, look at them closer. And that's what I wanted to show you today. And thanks again, Shelley. And one more thing, I had a couple bucks left over, so I went to the dollar store over the weekend, and I found this screwdriver set with the T-handle, which I saw a video once with a lady using this on her sewing machine in a certain place. I thought, wow, I gotta get me one of those. So I just happened to be walking down the little tool lane of the 99-cent only store, and they had this 12-piece screwdriver tool set, and the bits fit in here. Yay. And it did come with, like, I don't know, 10 bits, and I don't think there, of course, is anywhere near the quality, and they're not really hollow ground, they're the normal tapered bit. And look, I haven't even used this one, and it already looks a little crooked. But these are going to be good expendable bits, right? If I have a frozen screw and I don't want to, I'm worried I'm going to break my Wheeler or Chapman bit, I say, wait a minute, let me stick this thing in there. If it breaks, I don't care. It was only 10 cents, you know. So, and I also bought some more super glue. So I had fun even at the dollar store. I'm an easy man to please. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you enjoyed that information about the new Wheeler tool set, as well. If you didn't see my video, I have a video for this too when I first got this, called my new screwdriver set. If you're looking for you know, these type of hollow ground screwdrivers to work on your sewing machines, I'd go with either one. This has a lot of other bits besides straight blade, and this had a few, but you still get you get as many 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21. And over here you get about half that many. But you do get the mini ratchet and the extension, and you can buy a shorter extension and combine them and all kinds of stuff. So I don't want to say one or the other, because I'm very happy with both. I'm very happy with both tool sets. Come back and see me when you have time, okay? And I always enjoy your comments and stuff. Take care.